Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for June 16th, 2022 from Ezekiel chapter 1. God is alive and active. Previously, we heard about Ezekiel's vision, which was a theophany, that is, God revealing himself. God used the images of a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire, and then used the images of 4 living creatures with 4 faces. This image of God is now going to have even more spectacular details. Verse 7, their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like a sole of a calf's foot. And they sparkled like burnished bronze. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. And the 4 had their faces and their wings thus. The wings touched one another. Each one of them went straight forward, without turning as they went. The picture here is truly indescribable, which gives us the idea that God is definitely beyond our imagination or thinking. I often like to describe God as a mystery, for we will never completely understand God. However, God does reveal himself in the way that God wants to reveal himself to, especially through his holy word. Verse 10, as for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side. The 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. And the 4 had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces, and their wings were spread out above. Each creature had 2 wings, each of the wing which touched the wing of another, while 2 covered their bodies, and each went straight forward, wherever the Spirit would go. They went without turning as they went. The imagery of the face of a lion, ox, eagle, and human being for Ezekiel's vision was also utilized in God's vision to St. John, and is also utilized to describe the 4 evangelists. If you think of the 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, their main goal was to teach people about Jesus, who is true God. So this association, as the stained glass picture here at Peace Lutheran Church indicates, is very appropriate to be assigned to the 4 evangelists, for they are God's people, and God used them to proclaim his message to the world around us. And as you would exit Peace Lutheran Church, you see this stained glass to remind you that you also have an opportunity to proclaim Christ in your daily life. Verse 13, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches moving to and fro among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures darted to and fro like the appearance of flash of lightning. I like Ezekiel's description of the living creatures, for we worship God who is alive and active. God is not some carved piece of stone or wood, but God is alive and active in this vision. And we also know that God is alive and active in the creation and preservation of this world and in our own lives. This again brings us comfort, and should also bring comfort to the exiles. This idea of God being alive and active is also brought up in the next verses. Verse 15, now as I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the earth beside the living creatures, one for each of the 4 of them. As for the appearance of the wheels and their construction, their appearance was like the gleaming of beryl. And the 4 had the same likeness. their appearance and construction being, as it were, a wheel within a wheel. When they went in any of their four directions without turning as they went. A wheel in a wheel? Yes. God is alive and active and moving with us in our daily lives. God's peace and many blessings be with you. And thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.